Hello, hello, everybody. How is everybody? Are you guys being awesome? Doing something super cool? I sure hope you are. So, welcome to part 2 of our December Club Couture mini-series. Yes, this is part 2. So, hopefully you guys can see what I'm working with here. This is going to be our ultimate project. Let me get this tree out of the way here, though. That way we can get to doing what we need to do. Set my tree over here for now. Yes, so I have started doing these super fun little mini series with our Club Couture transfer. Our club is a monthly subscription box. You basically get like a craft in a box once a month. And then I'm showing you guys not only the traditional way that it was designed to use, but then a handful of other things that you can use with your transfer, because our transfers are reusable up to like 10 times or so, the company says. But if you take good care of them, you can even use them more than that. So I'm just trying to give you guys a few other ideas on what you can do once you get your hands on the club transfer. If you want any more information on what exactly that all entails, obviously I'll be talking about it as we go along. But there's also a link above in the description that'll take you directly to my website where you can sign up. So, as always, as you jump on, be sure to say hello. That would be super cool. I would appreciate it. And then we can chat. If you see the little red live up in the corner, that means we are, in fact, live and we can do the chatting. Otherwise, if you don't see that little red box up in the corner up here, that just means you're catching me on the replay, which is equally as cool. And then be sure to say hello on the replay so I know you were here after the fact. That's always fun too. But anyway, how is everybody's day? How's everybody's Wednesday? Hopefully you guys were able to do something kind of cool. I do. So this is I guess I should show you all of it while we're doing it. This is the transfer for our December club. This is what we're going to be using all month on Wednesdays. This month it's Wednesdays when we do our club installment. And it is super cool. It has the words, the letters for welcome. Right? Welcome. Pretty cool there. And then you also have this adorable little flower motif, an even smaller little flower that goes along with it, and then this cute little leaf, right? For today's project, though, I think we are just going to be focusing on the word welcome. We're going to be using this galvanized metal bucket. Be great as a planter, so that was my thought, is that we're going to plop an artificial Christmas tree in it and use it as some front porch decor. That's the game plan. So first things first with metal, we're going to take just a quick second to put a little wax on the front of it while we chat here. But yeah. Tell me, how was your Wednesday? My Wednesday was good. I like Wednesdays. Wednesdays are always good. So with our wax, you just take an old rag and just dip into your finishing wax and then just cover the area that you're going to be chalking on. Helps protect your surface as well as your transfers. That's just a good idea. It is. Otherwise, your transfer can stick pretty heavily to your surface, and then whenever you go to peel it up, you might stretch it, and that would be no good, especially when you're working with a script like letters, because you don't want them to get all disoriented and whatnot. So just take the time to put a little bit of wax on there and save yourself the angst down the road. All right, so we're just going to be chalking on the front of it, so I don't really need to worry about waxing the back. You just put that wax on and then just do a little buff to make sure you get it all worked in there and off the surface so you don't pull any wax up with your transfer. All right, cool. I think that is in good shape. Put the waxed part facing you guys. That way I remember which side I wax so I don't put my transfer on the wrong side. That wouldn't be no fun. All right, we'll get that out of the way. And then we are going to be using our, here it is, the wrong red out. You've got a couple different reds. We're gonna be using our candy apple red, which is a real vibrant red. You obviously could do this in any color you want, but our front door is a really pretty red. So I'm gonna stick with that. That way it'll tie into my front door when I put it out there on the porch. And let's get to doing it. All right, so with curved surfaces, you do have to be a little mindful when you put your transfer on. That way the letters stay somewhat straight. See, if you were to just like kind of plop it on there, you'll see how, if I can hold it up like this for you, see how they kind of like curve a little bit with the curvature of it. So just be careful when you place it on there, that you're mindful of that. All right, let's peel it off of our backer sheet. Do a little fuzzing, and we'll get it on there. But yeah, Wednesday. Today was a good day. We're just that much closer to the weekend, and I am actually super excited about this particular coming weekend because we're gonna go and get our Christmas tree for inside the house. We always do a either living or cut. It's like a real tree for Christmas. So you can't do that like super early, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. All right, let me see if I can find the middle here. And the middle will be my C. All right, let's get that lined up on here like we like it. And then we're just gonna kind of pull it down a little bit just to make sure that we get our letters straight across. And it's okay if you get a little bit of a wrinkle in the teal area. You just want to make sure you don't get it in your silk screen area. All right, so we got our C and our O looking pretty good. We might end up doing this in a couple different, you know what? Let's, new game plan. Let's start on the side here. That way we know our C is pretty much where it needs to be. And then let's just do it in this order here. Okay, so that's where I want it. Get you lined up on here. Be a whole lot easier if this thing would stop moving around on me, but that's okay. You know what? Let's just do our C and our O. Perfect. And then we'll peel that up and then we'll line the rest of our letters on there. Okay, so we have our C and our O placed down. Just gonna press that out. We don't really need to press on the rest of the letters because we're gonna end up peeling it off and moving it around, and that's okay. All right, so let's grab our piece, which I've already stirred up nicely. It's a great consistency. We're just gonna dip in there and cover these two letters up. And then we'll peel it off and we'll be good to go. But yeah, does anybody have any fun plans for their evening? I really don't have much of anything going on tonight, so if anybody's doing anything fun in your local, let me know. Probably have a little bit of free time this evening once I get done with this and dinner and all that jazz, so hit me up if you're doing something cool. I might come and say hello, depending on where you're at. Or I could. All right, so there's those two letters. We may have to use our heat gun whenever we're done here. So let's pull this one up slowly. All right, that looks great. Our O also looks great. Hopefully I can finish pulling this off here without it hitting me. All right, so there's our C and our O. I'm going to take my backer sheet and put this part on here, which I've already chalked because I don't want to get that paste on the rest of my project because it obviously is still wet. So we're just going to place you on there. And then we should be able to, with just a little bit of luck, dry this and then line the rest of our letters up. So let's do a quick dry here. That way we don't smear them when we're putting down our other transfer. Get it to darken up a little bit, and then it's going to look very similar to the color of my front door. And this is going to match perfectly. I'm very excited. All right, so let's get that dried. Let my tin cool down just a tad, which shouldn't take that long because it's a little bit chilly in my basement. It is, but you definitely want to make sure that your surface gets back to a cooler cooler temperature before you put your transfer on there, because you do not want it to melt. It is made from a substance that would definitely melt if it got too hot, and you don't want that. You surely don't, so we do have to let it kind of cool down a little bit. Should have brought a fan over here, but I'll just kind of fan it out a little bit down here. That way we're good to go. All right, cool. We're good and cooled back off. All right, so let's scoot this over. Stuck my finger right in that paste. Fortunately, I have a towel right here that I can wipe it off on. I didn't bring down my apron, I don't think. Or if I did, I don't see it, so all good. All good. All right, so let's do the rest of our letters. Grab a hold of it here, that way I can get it kind of stable. And let's put the rest of them on as we would like them to be. All right. Trying to get them lined up at the bottom. I think that's pretty good. I think that is pretty good. All right, cool. So let's just double check and make sure that's dry. I can lay that down. It's not going to hurt anything there. And then we can do the other three letters. All right. So again, just make sure you press down your silkscreen area so you get out any and all bubbles. This transfer's got some decent size open spaces, so you want to make sure that you get them all covered. And just go in with your chalk paste to fill in all of that area. Once we get it covered, we'll go back over it, pull up any excess that we have, get it cleaned up, and then we'll pull off our transfer. And this side will be done. And we'll just have to add the me, the M-E. We just have to add me. That's kind of funny. It is, it is. All right, we've got those two good to go. Let's drip in here, get a little bit more paste for our W. Cover that up. But yeah, I was toying around with a couple of different ideas that I want to use this transfer for. So, you know, like I was saying, so I can show you guys a little bit the versatility of it. Give you guys a little inspiration as to what you can do with your own. Definitely can use any colors that you want. You don't have to use just the paste singles that come in your packet. Although it is kind of cool that they send you 3 different colors. So you get 3 colors of our paste each month with your transfer that coordinate with the design. So you've got something to work with. But then either you can purchase either additional paste singles from myself, or you can always get jars, like the larger, the 3-ounce jars, what I work with, you can always get those too. So you've got some more color variety in your projects. And then you've got a handful of fun ideas. So this is part 2. All right, it's coming together so cute. I love it. Look at that. Coming together nicely. I'm going to go put a little bit of water on this so this red doesn't soak while you guys look at the welcome that we've made so far. Almost there. Not quite done, but we're almost there. Just add a little bit of water to this transfer, knock some of this paste out. When I first started, our transfers were made a little bit differently, so you were able to soak them in water during, you know, like while you were using the rest of your, finishing up your project and whatnot. But now they're made with a more water-based adhesive, so you can't let them soak in water for very long, or that water will start to deteriorate the adhesive on the back, and then that just makes them like permanently less sticky. Which, you know, like if they're not super sticky, you can still use the transfers, don't get me wrong, but it does make it slightly more challenging to keep your transfer in place when they're not real sticky. So it's always best to preserve the integrity of the adhesive. Preserve the integrity of the adhesive. Now, if that's not 3 big words right in a row, I don't know what is. You guys are getting a little English lesson along with your little arts and craft lesson. Who knew? Who knew you were going to get all that? So, you guys can't see it real well because this tin is huge and in the way, but I am just fuzzing on my fuzzing cloth the last little piece here. Let's get it lined up. Hopefully it won't move on me while I do that. Trying to line up the bottom again so it looks somewhat straight. All right, I think we got it. All right, so we got our M looking good. And we'll just peel and smooth down from there. Okay, so we got our M where I want it. We just gotta smooth the rest of it out and get out any of those air bubbles that might have developed while we were putting it down. Come on, M. Be cool. Be cool. All right. And there's that. All right, and then we have that part on there, right? It looks pretty straight. No, it does not. No, it does not look straight. So let's try that again. Might be easier for me to do it this direction. Just really don't want to get that wet paste on me. All right, so it's still super sticky. These new transfers are way sticky when they come. So just be very careful that you put a good amount of fuzz on there so you don't stretch them out. All right. All right, I think that's where I want the bottom. And I think that's straighter. All right, yeah, that looks much straighter to me. Okay, smooth them out. And you know what I'm thinking will be really fun with this when I'm done with it on my porch with the Christmas tree decoration is I can easily just remove that decoration and then it'll be a cute planter for in the spring, be able to fill it up with some dirt and put some cool like spring flowers or whatnot in there. So it will likely need to be sealed if I'm gonna leave it outside for a long time. Although our porch is covered, doesn't take a whole lot of direct sun, so it'd probably be okay. But if I'm gonna leave it out there for a long time, I'll probably take a Krylon sealer, like a paint sealer, and just spray over it. That way I can protect this paste from fading or anything along those lines. All right, so let's cover this little portion here and pull it up. I'm trying to think if anything like super fun and exciting happened today. Not really. It's the first Wednesday of the month, so that's always my order day at work, so that always makes for a good time. Gotta take inventory and see what I need to purchase supply-wise for the office. That's always the first Wednesday of the month. We were good on quite a few things, so my orders were actually pretty small this month, which is awesome for my budget. But, you know, you gotta make sure you have what you need, so. And I was super excited when I did place my order because I have been struggling to find, there's a few supply things that I've been struggling to find here lately just because there's so many people buying things. One in particular is a very specific size needle. It's the needle that we use to give the bulk of our vaccines, and as you can imagine, I mean, we're not giving like COVID vaccines, but influenza vaccines are very popular this time of year. So we've been going through a tremendous amount of our needles for our vaccines, and they have been on back order for a long time. And that just makes it challenging because you have to have them, but you can't buy them. What are you gonna do? So we were lucky and we didn't actually like run out, but we were starting to get pretty low. So I was able to find those in the store that I buy all my medical supplies from. So I was super excited. I was able to get the 2 boxes that I needed for that to replenish my stock. Yeah, all right, so I know it's kind of curved, so you guys can't see all the letters, but I'll slowly turn it so you can see the entire welcome. And if you're so inclined, you can definitely add some of those other little details on there. The little leaf would be super cool and all of that jazz. But anyway, this is our planter box, our planter, it's not a box, like a, what do you call these things? Your little planter pail. Let's dry it up a little bit. Make sure all of this is good and dry before I set it on my my chair here. I'm gonna scoot my chair back a little bit so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is what I'm working with here. Just yet another fun little something different way that you can use the same transfer. Last week we made a really cool wall hanging sign that would look beautiful in an office or even your home or a store or something like that, your business. And this week we are making, not sure you're gonna be able to see it. I just don't know, that chair might be a little low for you guys to see what we're doing, so maybe I'll just be able to hold it up. All right, we're just gonna put our Christmas tree in here, get it, I'll have to work with it to get it to stand up once it's outside, but you guys will understand what I'm working with here, okay? And then this tree actually is pre-lit, so we'll be able to plug it in. But how cute is that gonna look on my front porch? Put maybe some little plastic ornaments on it, although my cats might try to knock it over. Be able to plug it in, have it lit up, and it's just gonna look absolutely adorable on the front porch of my home, right? So that is, the tree's a little crooked. The tree's looking just a little bit crooked, but we'll play with it. That way we can get it to look a little bit more normal. But I think you guys understand the look I'm going for here, correct? Got our tree in our little pot here. He's gonna look just absolutely fabulous on my front porch. All right, so let me know, what do you think? That's pretty fun, huh? For part 2 of our club couture for December 2020. This welcome, I think there's gonna be so many absolutely fun things that we're going to be able to do with it throughout the month. I have definitely one other plan in mind, and then fear not, I'll come up with some other ones. So be sure to come back and check me out every Wednesday this month, and we will show you guys a few other fun projects that you can do with this one. So as always, let's see if I can get my tree to stand up here just for a second. All right, perfect. Could even fill in that bottom part with some of that fake snow. That might look cool. I might do that too whenever we're done. But anyway, there it is. So as always, I hope you guys have had a super, super fun time watching. That was pretty quick and painless, but fun nevertheless. So yeah, I hope you guys have had a blast watching me make this wonderful addition to my front porch. If you guys have any questions about the products or the club or this particular project, just hit me up, send me a message here, and I will surely answer any questions that you guys have. That's for sure. All right, other than that, I hope you guys all have a fabulous evening. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Do something awesome, and then come back tomorrow and tell me all about it. That'd be super cool. All right, so until then, like I said, you guys be cool, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, I appreciate y'all watching. Love you guys. Good night. Bye.